guys, I shouldn't be running on both channels. Am I really running on both channels? I shouldn't be. Is it really running on both? That picture's from January. It was before all my hair burnt off. Is it really running on both channels? That's not good. No, I have everything off. Thank you, Carol. I don't understand. I have the other channel off. It should not be running. It's not running. I'm looking at it. All right. I can see, yeah, the other channel's not on. I got hair in my mouth. All right. So what's up? I saw my second daughter, Allie, in here. What's up, Kim? What's up, Alyssa? Hey, Towns. Hey, Deborah. Hey, Steve. Hey, Kim. Hey, Carol. Hey, Denise. Hey, Leo's wife. Hey, Steph, who I never hear from anymore. Hey, Raquel. NNC. Hound, again. Leo's wife, Denise. Misbehaving. Glitter Girl. Steve, D-Cos. Monkey Mar. What's up, Kim? Red Dragon. Beautiful Soul. Did I get everyone? Hey, Val. Hey, Sweet Purple. Hey, Wild Irish. Hey, Joanna. Hey, JM. I see my Allie. Hey, Jay Green. Hey, Tinker. Hey, Ziggy. Hey, Irene. Hey, Sensible Crime. I think I got everyone. Hey, D. LaPlante. Hey, Kara. Hey, Cinnamon Hot. When I go to your channel, it doesn't tell me the name of your channel. I thought I was a sub. What's name? Which one? I have 3 of them. What's up, Jackie? Okay. So here's the thing. Hey, Capone. This story I'm also doing during the day on Perplex Talk Radio. So some of you guys, I'm going to do an update, but most of this stuff I want to cover on Talk Radio. But I'm doing it tonight so you guys have an outlet. And because I know a lot of you guys work during the day, so you couldn't catch the episode earlier. So let me tell you what's going on. So as I said in my video this morning, by the way, my name is PURPLEXEDQT. If you're new here, I also go by the name of Laura. I have 3 channels. One is this one, PURPLEXEDQT, True Crime Network, as well as Perplex Talk Radio. I have 2 Facebook pages, one for PURPLEXEDQT, one for Perplex Talk Radio. A lot of stuff. So if you're new, welcome. And if you're old, that's okay, I am too. But if you're old, welcome back. And if you're returning, welcome back. And let's get started. I still got fucking hair in my mouth. Before we get started, I do have I'm wearing a turquoise shirt. It's like see-through or something. I don't know why it does that. So before I get started, I have to give a shout out to somebody. So last night, I'm looking for music, and I came across, I'm sure you guys know him. I mean, this has totally nothing to do with the episode that I'm going to talk about, but he came up on my, subscription, so I got to give a shout out. So he was on, The Voice or something, Travis Cormier. He did, this amazing version of Dream On. He does, amazing covers. He's got, 170,000 subscribers, or 160,000. He's got a lot. And some of his videos have millions of, a lot of his videos have millions of views. I have earned, and I told him this, such a newfound respect for this man. I don't particularly care for his original music so much, but his covers are amazing. His voice is amazing. He acknowledges every single comment. Even if there's 10,000, he hearts every single comment. I love that. That is what I do. That is what I started doing YouTube. I was like, I'm not going to be like these people. And everyone said, oh, when you get over 100,000, you'll never be able to do it. When you get 20,000, you'll never be able to do it. You know what? This dude has like 150,000 and he fucking hearts every single comment. Now, he could have someone else doing it for him, but either way, he acknowledges every single comment. Newfound respect for him. Absolutely love him. And I'm in awe that someone with that many views and that many comments make sure that he hits every single one of them. I think that's awesome. So a big shout out to him. Thank you, Georgia. All right, so let's get started. I don't know why I look so beautiful. I threw myself together. Isn't that awesome, though, Cinnamon? I still can't get this fucking hair. It's like caught in my Invisalign or something. It's annoying the fuck out of me. All right. Happy birthday, Ben. Got to give a special shout out. I also have to give a shout out to Janelle. Janelle's birthday, too. Or maybe it was yesterday. Either today or yesterday. I think it's today. So happy birthday, Janelle. Happy birthday, Ben. All right. Okay, I won't be able to write back for a little while. I'm in the shower. All right, that'll work. Isn't it nice to be acknowledged, Deborah? And I always make sure that I acknowledge everybody. And it's just so nice to see someone with millions of views and, 150,000 subs. He still makes sure that he acknowledges every single person. So more power to him. All right. The phone is waterproof. What phone? Winky's phone. All right. So let me tell you about this story. I acknowledge you, Puss in Boots. So let me tell you about the story. So this case has 20 minutes for me, 25 minutes for me. I am fucking all over this case. I am going to be on it like a fly on shit tomorrow after work. I'm going to take a shower. I'm going to get all professional. And guess where I'm driving? Right over to that town. I want to see if anyone will talk to me. I want to see if the cops will talk to me, if any of the cops will talk to me. I'm going to do live in the area. I'll go live from the area and drive by the house and, be all freaky like that. Because they say the town's really, really small. So it shouldn't be hard to find. I'm sure it'll be like, bring me there. So I'm hoping that I'm not going to obviously go right for, let me go right to the neighbor. Because I'm sure like Channel 2 and everyone is on that. But, in a town that only has 500 people or 430, it'll be pretty easy to go to the gas station and ask some questions. So I'll go live for that if I can. I'm hoping that somebody will talk to me. I am going to stop by the police station, just see if they'll answer a couple questions about it. I'm pretty good with interviews, and I'm pretty good with being professional when I need to be. So, and I, know how to do journalism. So we're going to give it a shot. Hopefully they'll talk to me. Worst case scenario, at least we get a view of the area. We can see exactly the house, because it shouldn't be hard to find. Get a view of the house, get a view of the area. And then hopefully I can get someone to talk to me. And putting on the charm, I think I can get someone to talk to me. So, but that's one of the reasons I'm excited about this case. It's an absolute horrible tragedy. Hey, Baby Blues, say hi to the mayor. I'm going to find the mayor. And it's literally just one town over. Not one town over, one county over. It's really close. And I'm going to try to go to the high school. I won't be able to go to the high school tomorrow, only because they get out by the time I probably get there. But it can't hurt to try. Maybe talk to some kids, that went to school with him. I know he's 14, so he's a freshman. And I should be able to get something. So, convenience store near the school, I bet the kid. That's what I'm saying, Cinnamon. I'll probably get someone to talk to. Make sure you give us all permission slips. Absolutely. So, I'm also what I want to talk to the cops about is if he's tried as a juvenile or as an adult, will it be a closed court? If it's not if it's juvenile, I know it's going to be a closed court. But if he's tried as an adult, I'm not so sure it's going to be a closed court. So hopefully it'll work. hopefully I'll be able to get some answers that I want, because I'm not CNN and I'm not CBS. So I do have a press pass from the music industry that I may bring. And who knows, maybe it'll work. And I'm going to stop down the courthouse and see what happened, and see if I can use our press pass for future. So call the DA's office for that. I could do that too. I want to get a feel of how the town's at. I want to get a feel if people are talking, if everybody's hush hush. There's always going to be somebody that's going to talk. But I'm really going out there tomorrow just to kind of get a feel for everything, just to see how the town is. How the town is. Fuck. Yeah, he won't get the death penalty, even though the cops wrote that it's possible he will. So because this is my main channel, I don't want to play the news clips on this channel, but you can see the news clips from earlier on Perplex Talk Radio, because I'm not monetized there, so I don't really care about playing radio clips or TV broadcasts, but I don't want to do it here on my main channel. So if you want to see that, just go over to Perplex Talk Radio and you'll be able to see the news stories. So let me tell you what's going on. So at 10 o'clock last night, a 14-year-old kid, now remind you, I have two 14-year-olds, a 14-year-old kid annihilated his entire family. He killed his dad, his mom, his brother and sister, his two brothers. One was 6 months old, one was 5, and he killed his sister who's 6. 2 of 3 of those kids are definitively his stepmom and his dad's babies. The oldest one, I'm not 100% positive on. Thank you, Ben. To right now, there's still no motive. He did it with a 9mm gun. What they did find out is that the 9mm gun is no longer, is illegal. It was illegally in the house. But the kid is not talking. Nobody knows why he did it. Nobody knows why he killed all the kids. The kid was a freshman at Elkmont High School. And of course, he was a quiet kid. He was a good kid. He was a wonderful kid. The whole town is stunned. Typical story when somebody murders. But the kid just annihilated his entire family. What I would love to find, which they haven't released too much yet, but I'll show you a picture of the parents, grandparents, somebody's got to be around. The father, when you see a picture, you're going to be like, really? The father was a mechanic, but he also had a degree. He also graduated with the degree in cosmetology, which when you see him, you'd be like, really? Hold on. All right. Hold on. Let me get these pictures. I forgot I can't transfer pictures over. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Should have been more prepared. Okay. So that's the dad. He was 35 years old. Here's the stepmom, who was a teacher. Bear with me. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I can do it this way. All right. So this was mom and dad. It was John Sisk and Mary Sisk and 3 of their children. So he's being held at a juvenile facility. So what happened was the latest is investigators still have yet to find a motive. The suspect faces 5 juvenile counts of murder pending the adjudication process. He could face adult charges of multiple counts of murder and or capital murder. Now, what I did earlier on my other channel was I went through all the laws of Alabama and what causes capital murder and what causes someone to get the death penalty. This kid actually covers like 4 different scenarios of Alabama law of why he would get the death penalty. But as someone pointed out, and I looked it up and they were correct, Supreme Court passed a law that no child under the age of 18 will get the death penalty. What I did find out, though, which is really interesting, is that before the Supreme Court passed the law, Alabama had 13 kids between the ages of 16 and 17 on death row in 2005. That's a lot of kids on death row. So these kids were spared due to Supreme Court law, but 13 16 and 17-year-olds on death row in 2005. That's insane. So the shooting happened around 10:30, 11:30 Eastern time, Monday. The teen called 911 around that time to report that he was in the basement when he heard gunfire shots upstairs. He repeated the claim to deputies who arrived to the family's home around 11 o'clock. The problem is that he kept changing his story. So the cops didn't believe him. They really felt that he was totally full of shit. I don't believe he abused the kid, because if you want to use that scenario, I mean, there's really not a lot out yet, but if you want to use that scenario, why did he kill all his brothers and sisters? I mean, this kid just fucking annihilated his entire family. Like, gone. I can't get this fucking hair. And so he said that he ran to the door and there was very little information given. He said that the teen was later taken in for questioning, and upon being confronted with some of the inconsistencies in the story, he did admit to shooting the family's 5 members. The sheriff's office first reported early Tuesday that 3 of the 5 victims were confirmed dead at the scene and 2 were lifted to the hospital in critical condition. They were actually taken to separate hospitals. One of them was taken to Birmingham, and the other one, I believe, was taken to, I want to say Madison, but I don't think it was. I think it was somewhere in Limestone. The kid was a freshman at Elkmont High School. And they're concentrating their efforts in assisting students, facility, and community in dealing with this tragedy. Additional school counselors and Limestone County Health Department counselors are on site. These individuals will be available as long as there is a need. So anyone that's in the school. He was a child from a previous marriage. Yes, it was his stepmom. In a tribute page on its Facebook, Paul Mitchell School in Huntsville, which offers classes to cosmetology, says John Sisk was a alumni. The shootings unfolded in a modest 1-story home on a large lot set back from a residential street. Elkmont has less than a few hundred residents, and they say it's 45 minutes from Huntsville. It's not, because it's like 25 minutes from me. But then again, I'm like, it must be this way, like west of me, because it's only 24 minutes from me, and I'm like 20 minutes from Huntsville. The shootings on town of Elkmont on Tuesday evening mourn the deaths. We pray as a community for healing in this unprecedented situation and know that together we will preserve and eventually overcome. Here's the thing that I have. The bio mom's dead. The biological mom died a long time ago. He never really had his mom. That I did find out. Here's the thing. This is a 14. Don't worry, Capone. I'm gonna drive there tomorrow. This is better than a map. I don't know if he was on drugs. That's all the things I want to find out about tomorrow. I'm gonna see was there any abuse? That's what I want to ask around. So here's the thing that I think about. When you think about, now I'm not saying the kid's innocent, don't get me wrong, but I've been thinking about this all day. You have a 14-year-old kid and a murder of 5. Is it possible that he did a false confession? We don't know. I don't want to hang this kid before it happened, before anything, because here you have a town that has no murders ever. Like the mayor said, like there hasn't been as long as he's been mayor, which is like 37 years or something, there's never been a murder. So is it possible that it was a false confession? And that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you guys about, is what if the kid didn't do it? What if the kid said he did it because he was forced to say he did it? I don't know, EDM. There's no details open yet. So they've been really hush-hush. So I went over to the Paul Mitchell School post. Just says, we're deeply saddened by the loss of one of our Paul Mitchell alumni, John Sisk. Our thoughts and prayers go out to his friends and family during this time. There were only 500 people in the town. That's what I'm saying, Irish. That's why I'm going there tomorrow to talk to people, just to give me an idea, like, because they're not releasing anything. They're not saying anything yet because he's a juvenile. So somebody's got to know. I mean, a town that small, they're going to know something. Somebody's going to want to talk to me. I didn't hear that. Just saying what I think. Small towns don't talk. That's not true. Oh, I can't vape. I just remembered. I can't vape. I think maybe jealousy combined with mental... Well, we'll find out tomorrow. Somebody's going to know something. It's annoying the fuck out of me. But somebody has to know something. His biological mom is dead. Exactly, Lab. I am way close. A little too close for comfort. Someone found a stepdad's conviction from 1999. Teased and bullied 14-year-old with it, and he wiped his family as a result. Come on, really? No. I highly doubt that. Alright, got the hair off. Alright. So, give me a moment. So, I keep refreshing it to see if there's, like, anything else. There's not really anything else yet. Now, here's another thing, which I may stop by in the interim that I learned today. There's a 16-year-old boy in my county that killed his father and shot his brother, his little brother, on August 25th. That's in my county. So I may happen to stop there on the way back and see if anyone over there will talk. That is the Elkmont, Alabama shooting comes just days after a 16-year-old boy in nearby Tony, Alabama, was accused of shooting his father to death after his dad asked him to clean his room. Authorities haven't named that teenager or the 14-year-old because of their ages. So, yeah. So, there's some heavy shit going on around here. But let me also... Hold on. All right. We got 2 hours ago, 2 hours ago, 11 hours ago. Yeah, there's nothing updated, unfortunately. Nothing. The latest is 2 hours ago, which I've already told you guys. Yeah, so they're being really hush-hush about it. I don't know why, but they are. All right. Okay. Also, they did get the gun. See, this is also why he's probably not guilty. I mean, why he's probably not innocent. I forgot about this. Suspect agreed to assist authorities in finding the gun, which authorities described as a 9mm handgun. The weapon was recovered Tuesday morning on the side of the road. Young is the cop. Told reporters that the gun was in the home illegally. The boy is being held at a juvenile detention center. Yeah, that's it. There's no other news. That's what we have so far. The gun was illegal because of his sexual misconduct. I mean, we could go from now until doomsday with, possibilities. We don't know. There is nothing yet. I know that every single news reporter wants to know how it happened, why it happened, and everybody's being hush-hush. So the whole adjudication thing is interesting because if they don't adjudicate him... Really, Buka? They keep saying that it could be capital murder charges, and it's not. There's no sexual misconduct. People are just throwing that out there. But I mean, all right, think about it like this. He's 14. He had no attorney with him. He wouldn't know his Miranda rights. Were the cops right? Shouldn't they have got him an attorney? He doesn't have a parent to tell him what to do, and he's 14 years old. Granted, he just annihilated his entire family. But he still has rights. And playing the opposite side of this, playing devil's advocate on this, can we really interrogate a 14-year-old without an attorney? And is that confession good enough to hold up in court when he didn't have an attorney and he doesn't know any better? What do you guys think? Glad there are more mods. I can't keep my... have a good night, Puss in Boots. Hey, Twanda, I didn't even notice. So, but do you think that in Alabama they can't talk to your child without a parent or attorney? Well, he killed his parents. Hey, Rose. Everyone, almost 10 here. I work tomorrow. Stop by a few. It's going to be very interesting. Looking forward to more. I watched a talk radio video and it was excellent. Thank you, Rose. So it's something I've been thinking about all day is, did he have an attorney? And if he didn't have an attorney, can an attorney step up and throw out the whole confession? And are they going to do that and possibly face a 14-year-old who just annihilated his whole family back on the street? We won't really know how the charges go until Ellie learns the facts of the circumstances. I know my son got in trouble when he was 15 and mobile. But you know what I'm saying, though? Like, I'm sure they didn't get him an attorney because he's 14. But you know what, JS? There's absolutely no reason to kill a 6-month-old baby. There's nothing a 6-month-old baby did that he had to shoot a 6-month-old baby. He shot a 5-year-old and a 6-year-old. They caused him no harm. But a baby especially, I'm sure the baby was crying from the gunshot blast. Not the gun, from the gun blast. You know, because a 6-month-old baby, it's their ears. And a 14-year-old may not know how to shut them up or may not care, so he shot him. Could be the same for the 5 and 6-year-old. I don't know. No, the biological mom died. Oh, so now we got a picture of the house. So now I know what the house looks like, so I know what to look for. All right. Here's the house. Shouldn't be hard to find. All right, so that's what the house looks like. That should be easy to find. Talking about you tonight. Who? You're talking about me? Thank you. All right. There's a fence around it. I'm sure there'll be tape around it, but we're going to get there tomorrow. It's 12 o'clock daytime. Got a lot to do. Would love much catch live. Love from Australia. Thank you, Deborah. I don't know the exact address. They're not giving the address. But I'm saying driving around on a town with 500, it shouldn't be hard to find. One adult, 2 children. Oh, okay. So 1 adult, 2 children died at the house. An adult and a 3rd child were at the hospital. But it doesn't say which was which. It's so dumb, though. I don't know why they don't release the name. If you're releasing the name of the parents, it doesn't take rocket science to know who their kid is. I mean, it's you don't have to be a brain surgeon to figure that one out. Shootings right at Elkmont town about... Yeah, there's 430 people in the town. I should be easy to find it. Oh, it was the coroner that said that they haven't had a murder in 37 years that he's been there. He did a telephone interview. Authorities still haven't released a motive. We know the gun was illegal. All the churches gathered. Churches are big in Alabama. But the brother and the father was shot. Yeah. So that's all there is so far. But you know, too, like, a lot of these, like, local people, that they're going to talk. They're going to talk to me. I know they will. If I can find one. My luck, I'll get there. Everyone will be like, no, we're not allowed to talk. But I would like to know if he had a lawyer. And, I mean, I don't believe that he had a lawyer in there because somewhere would have said it. Or a lawyer would have released some information. What an asshole. No. It is, Jamie. It is literally 20 minutes for me. 25 minutes. They should have appointed a guardian. Yeah, but they should have had a lawyer on site. There should have been an attorney on site. The fact that there wasn't an attorney on site makes a big difference. I feel like there were family problems when I hear the father was arrested. That just confirms my feelings. Yeah, juvenile cases are sealed. That's why I said I'm not calling the court for anything, because if he's tried as a juvenile, it's going to be sealed. Mason Sisk, 14-year-old's name. Thank you, Sandra Doris. How'd you find that out? I haven't been able to find that out. Still not a lot on him, though. Oh, okay. So they updated this. This wasn't updated before. Let's see. Okay. She was a special ed teacher in Huntsville. Described herself happily married, but of course they do. She has a bachelor's degree and a master's degree from Southeastern Louisiana University. She also had certifications, special ed, mental retardation, and specific learning disorders. Her baby registry was at Target. Says the youngest child was due in February 2019. Aurora was one of the victims, known as Rory, and was born in 2014. And then the 9-year-old, according to the birth certificate, that lists the suspect as 9 at the time. So I believe 2 of them were their children together. I said that earlier too. Heavy has confirmed that John also had a 14-year-old son named Mason. There you go. This wasn't updated before. Mason was not among the victims killed in the shootings, but police have not confirmed that Mason is a suspect in custody. Okay. But it most likely is him. Then it goes on to say John was a great guy, blah, blah, blah. John worked on new vehicles at a car dealership, used to cut hair, and finding spirituality. This is where I believe I read that the biological mom died earlier. All right, so he had an arrest history. February 2019, local newspaper ran his arrest record for, he was 38 years old, by the way, first-degree burglary. He also had a criminal history in Indiana that resulted in a conviction in a felony case. Felons are prohibited from having firearms. John Sisk was charged with armed burglary and was accused of going to a man's home with the intent to rob him, then used a pistol to assault the victim and caused harm to him. The case was still playing out of the court system. So this guy wasn't exactly a stand-up guy. Did he deserve to die? Fuck no. But he wasn't exactly model citizen. Friends, of course, said that he had a bigger-than-life personality. He was the greatest guy in the world. We always say that when somebody's dead. One of the last texts I got from John, the man formerly known as Dub Diesel, wrote Henson in a Facebook tribute talking about Jesus, that he was all of a sudden turning his life over to Jesus. Okay, that could have something to do with it too. Maybe the kid didn't believe in religion. Maybe the kid didn't believe in all this Jesus stuff. It's possible. It's possible. Friend asked Henson of the text. The text was him turning his life over. Yes, we often prayed together. So that was the change in the parents, is that they were turning their life over to God and Jesus, which doesn't surprise me in the state of Alabama. All right, we know that the gun was illegal. Five been confirmed dead. We know that he was a local high school student. He was a freshman. His birth mother died suddenly in 2011. And his grandmother lived in the basement. So an obituary for the teenage mom says she died suddenly in 2011. It doesn't give cause of death. It just says she was 31 years old, had roots in Indiana. At the time, in addition to the teen suspect, she had a second son who was a baby. She also had a child who preceded her in death. She wasn't married to John at the time of her death, although another family obituary states that her last name used to be Sisk. John Wayne Sisk and the mother took out a marriage license 2000 in Indiana, old news articles show. Journalist Terry reports that Sisk had asked Alabama courts for full custody of the boy in 2010 because the mother was unfit to raise him. Suspect was 6 years old. Counselors were going to be available at the high school. The teenager attended in the wake of counseling. So the grandmother told the TV station she recently lived in the family's basement. Family members were sobbing and distraught at the scene. According to TV, a helicopter airlifted some wounded family members. Ray Jack said, "This is some hurt right here. I just talked to you last week." Blah, blah. Man who described himself as a neighbor recalled how the teen suspect would play at his house when younger and go to church. Thinking about the shooting that happened next door. I bet that neighbor will talk to me. People who have relatives on our street, the local school, is surreal. Teenage boy used to play at our house often as a kid. It's hard to imagine what has happened in 14 years to come to a point where you're wiping out your whole family seems like the best option. Now he has no one. I'm sure he realized that he now has no one to console him. No one's going to wrap him, give him a hug. What if it were your grandson and nephew on your child's play date? Neighbor continued, he's brought it upon himself. He's rocked the community. There's no denying his heinous act. Who's in his corner? Jesus. Jesus is ready to forgive. Jesus forgave me a lot of horrible things. Yeah, but dude, you didn't annihilate your entire family. Christ who forgave those who crucified him. When you pray for our good neighbors, don't forget to pray for this kid. Come on, really? Woman wrote on Facebook, the family just returned from vacation in Florida. Blah, blah, blah. All right. So, this whole, I know I'm in Alabama. And believe me, there's a church on every corner. But I find issues with this. No, God's not going to just forgive him. No, Jesus is not going to forgive him. The fucking 14-year-old annihilated his whole family. Probably stuck a fucking gun to a baby's face. I mean, come on, really? I believe that there may have been problems in the home, but not enough to annihilate the whole family. I mean, this kid's got issues. This kid obviously is angry. And I could see him being angry because the neighbor said he was watching through the blinds when the cops arrived. Yeah. I mean, you had to hear the gunshots. It's just horrible. It's absolutely crazy. And then there was a press release that they didn't really say much, though. But, I mean, honestly, I'm really stuck on the lawyer thing. I don't think it's right if this kid did not have an attorney present. And you're basically railroading this kid because what does he know? He's 14 years old. You know, he doesn't know what the fuck to do. He doesn't know what to say. And he's 14. Taking out such small siblings. I know, a baby, a 6-month-old baby. Drugs would allow. I don't know. I don't think this kid was on drugs. I really don't. I really don't think he was on drugs because there's nobody saying anything about drugs. And I think that would have been known. I think that would have been said at some point that, hey, this guy's on drugs. This kid's on drugs. Or this kid had, mental problems. Nobody's saying anything about the kid. And even the news reporters are trying to find stuff out on the kid and nobody's saying anything. It's just crazy. I think if the drugs were involved, they would have said possible drugs, possible, I agree, Cinnamon, possible drugs are involved or, something like that. And they're not saying that. Um, so that's what I have for you. There's not much more to it other than I'm going to go there tomorrow and do some scouting. See what I can find out. Someone's got to know something in a town that size. Kids that age go unnoticed all the time. That is true. Most mass shooters aren't mentally ill, but obviously we don't know it. Yep. But it's just, if you go to a courthouse, ask who his lawyer is. I'm going to ask the sheriff that. Who is his lawyer? You know, who represented him during the interrogation? The cop's going to be like, can you please leave now? I'll be all cute and, you know, batty-eyed when I need information. And then when I ask him that, I'll be like, get out. But yeah, I just, there's no lawyer listed. There's nothing saying anything about being listed. Kid killed his family, snapped for a reason. I know. Somebody, they won't even talk to you. Somebody's going to talk to me. Like, even if I go door to door, somebody's going to talk to me. Bring your YouTube badge. Yeah, right. No, I actually have a real press kit. I mean, it's an old press badge, but it's still a press badge. It still says my name, my picture, and press. And I happen to have been blonde then. So I'm going to bring it and see if it works. I mean, it's not CBS or ABC, and I'm not coming there with a big old microphone and a camera crew, but I don't know. I think somebody will talk to me. That's what I'm saying. The cops will be like, all right, we answered your questions, out. Yeah, that's all we got so far. But I know that the press is updating this as fast as they can. You can come to my house and report on the hurricane. Thanks, Vapin. Change your accent a little. Oh, bless your heart. Southern. I can't. I couldn't do it. I'll be hard enough saying ma'am. And that's everything, ma'am. Woman in calf applied for a press pass and got it. She just did YouTube reporting. A woman in calf? What's calf? Oh, you mean California? Yeah, I mean, it's close here, though. It's literally a half hour away. It's like no big deal. I agree. But it's like literally, I just don't see why like neighbors wouldn't talk to me or the girl at the convenience store wouldn't talk to me. You know, like there's no reason for them not to talk to me. Should we put it on the Turpin case? Yeah, but didn't see the whole thing is with the press pass. If he's tried as a juvenile, press passes mean jack shit. They're not doing anything. Local dinner will be chattering as well. That's what I'm saying. It shouldn't be hard to find a house, even if I drive up and down the streets. There's 430 people. What are there, 10 streets in the entire town? You know? And I'm sure there'll be flowers all over the house. So it should be pretty fucking easy to find. You have a reporter written all over you. I do. Believe me, when I get professional, I get professional. Even with purple hair, I could still be professional. I sent you the location. Oh, you know that. Where do you guys find this stuff? You already found the address? Sweet. The teen's name is Mason. The town is Elkmont. Elkmont, Alabama. It's in Limestone County. I'm a salesman. I know how to get. That's what I'm saying, Jamie. I am too. It is a terrible case, but it's a good case for me right next door. So yeah, it's pretty crazy though. It's really sad. Kat, I told you earlier I had the address. It's just really sad that this kid is 14 years old and threw away his entire life. You know, and the neighbor's right. He has no family anymore. He's got nobody to console him. He's got nobody to help him. I know. Seriously, Nene, there'll be flowers all over the house. There will be. Who would open the door? Right, Jackie? That's what I'm saying. No, there's no reasons why. Nobody's releasing anything. There's no motive. But, I mean, the big thing, my big question is, why did he not have an attorney present? Cops know better. He should have had an attorney present. The cops railroaded this kid without an attorney. And they know better. And this kid's got no one. What if the kid didn't do it? What if it was a false confession? What if he didn't do it? I mean, obviously he did. He threw the gun away. But what if he didn't do it? And you gave this kid a false confession and it's fucked up. What's up with Blood Mother? She's dead. The Blood Mother died suddenly in 2011. Use that 14-year-old twins angle. No, I mean, CNN is on top of it. All the local news around here are on top of it. Because it's like, whoa. But I also don't want to take away from the 16-year-old who wiped out his dad because he didn't want to clean his room. And shot his brother, who thankfully didn't die. That didn't get the same press coverage this is getting because this is like sensational. This is like 5 people died, dead, gone. But this other kid was 16 years old and is also in juvenile hall. And that's like 20 minutes the other way. Or 30 minutes. It's crazy. I'm going to also go to the car dealership in Huntsville. See if they'll talk. He worked for Harley Davidson for 3 years. I'm going to go there and see if anyone will talk to me. Get a feel for who he is. What he was about. And we'll see what happens. Either no one's going to talk to me and someone's going to talk to me. I think I get people to talk. I just go knocking on neighbors' doors. But, I mean, I'm sure people will be outside. I'll be safe. What are they going to do? Hurt me? I'm going to take you to the big leagues. I know, right? Not so much with a cell phone, though. I mean, it's not like I'm coming there with recording equipment. May have found your new career. Can I tell you guys the story? You want to know the truth? The reason why I got out, and I've told the story before, but everyone asked me, why didn't you ever become a news reporter? When I was in college, right out of high school, way back when, back in like 1989, I was going for journalism. And journalism and communication. And I had this teacher that fucking hated me. Hated me. I don't know why this bitch hated me so much. But she looked at me one day and said, you might as well drop out of college because you're never going to make it as a news reporter. Well, that's all it took with a boyfriend back home that I missed desperately, and I dropped out of college. And I didn't go back till years later. And I never did journalism again, never did reporting again, never did any of it again. And up until YouTube. And YouTube was the first time that I actually started getting back into it. But yeah, she told me to drop out and I did, and it was horrible. I didn't even tell my parents why I dropped out for a long time. And I've told that story before. But yeah, that's why I never got into news reporting. And I never know why she told me that. I really don't know why she told me that. But she did. I've been lurking on possibly trauma for a bio mother's death. It's possible. I mean, anything's possible. Thank you, Jackie. But seriously, that's why I dropped out of... I never got my degree in it. My 16-year-old didn't start processing a feeling until she was 14 about the loss of a father. Yeah, but bless this mess. Why knock out a 6-month-old baby and a 5-year-old and a 6-year-old? Why knock them out? And if he had mental problems, sounds like the mom could the stepmom could kind of deal with it. But it didn't sound like the mom was in his life anyway. Oh, I already got my degree, Ted. I wouldn't go for journalism again, though. Journalism's changed now. I mean, now you could really do the same thing on YouTube if you do it right. Um, so yeah, so that's what I have for you guys. I got it a couple of years ago, Ted, in psychology. It had nothing to do with journalism. My publisher hated me, never gave me a decent grade. The rest of the class went to the dean and complained. So the dean sat in one of my presentations. I passed with an A. Good for you, Ziggy. See how you weren't ignored. Exactly. It is politically driven these days. I agree. It's just not my thing anymore. You know, I want to do my own thing. I had no idea she was self-harming. Some hurt others instead of... Yeah, but to wipe out all of them? It's okay to wipe out one or two, but wipe out all of them? I mean, wow. But even above and beyond the wiping out, I want to know what happened to the lawyer. I want to know why no lawyer was present. That kid deserved a lawyer present. He should never have spoken without an attorney. And the cops should have known that. The cops should have never asked him to speak without an attorney. Period. End of story. And bless his mouth, I do hope she's okay. It's just not right. Do you know there wasn't one? I don't, but usually in a case like this, thanks, Baby Blues. Usually in a case like this, they would say an attorney was present, an attorney would speak, an attorney would say, you know, I can't answer any questions right now. There's no attorney at all. And knowing the way cops are not going to voluntarily just bring in voluntarily just going to bring in a lawyer. They're going to read him his Miranda rights, but they're also going to say that they weren't really questioning him, like he wasn't a suspect yet. That's how cops get away with that shit. Oh, well, he wasn't really a suspect. We were just asking him, and then he voluntarily just gave us this confession. That's how the shit works. As scary as that is, it is how it works. And unfortunately, I have a feeling that's what they're going to say. But they are one of the first people I'm going to talk to tomorrow is the cops. Like I said, I doubt they're going to answer me. I doubt they're going to talk to me, but it can't hurt to try. I said you used a hammer and a chisel to get your report in college. I don't get it. Oh, because I'm old? I'm not that old. I was eating my soup. Cops don't care. But that's what I'm saying. I don't think they're going to tell me anything. But I am going to ask them, was there an attorney present? And if so, who was the attorney? I'm not going to say attorney can't talk, but either way, I just want to know if there was an attorney there or not. Seems I got some people mad. I talked to you and Diane's. Nothing against you, all for you. Huh? I wasn't in Diane's. Oh, you mean the same people that say that they don't tell people who to talk to? Those people? He may have spiraled out of control. Thank you, Gina. He may have spiraled out of control and was biomon passed. Yeah, but it's according to the dad, the mom was never in the kid's life to begin with. There's a case where a boy was blamed for killing his sister and wasn't him, but he confessed without counsel. What if this kid didn't do it? See, Kathy, I was taking that angle all day, and I was thinking about that all day, but here's the thing. He told the police where the gun was. Why would he know where the gun was and toss the gun if he didn't do it? That's what you have to keep. That's what I keep thinking. That if he didn't do it, he would have tossed the gun. You know what I mean? And he led the gun right to the He took the gun right to the place that he killed him. I mean, not killed him, right to where the gun was. Was Grandma involved? No. Grandma no longer lived there. Grandma lived there originally and lived there for a couple of years, but she doesn't live there anymore. Sometimes it makes it even harder to understand a child. I agree with that. So, but I am going to shut this down because I told you I couldn't do long lives if Marty was taking away my nicotine. So even though he's not here, he's taking away my nicotine. But, and there's really not much more to the story. At least not yet. But if anything happens between now and tomorrow, or they release anything, I will definitely update it on my community page, or I'll make a short video, either or. But I'm going to go get some dinner because I was watching Truth's Live before and didn't eat dinner. Just cooked it. So, but this is the one I will definitely keep you guys completely up to date on. And hopefully I will find some stuff out tomorrow. So that's all I got for you guys. I want you guys to have a wonderful night. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Like I said, I'm going to go make sure you guys sub to Perplex Talk Radio. I may go live from this channel if I'm on the road, just because that's what's set on my cell phone. But yeah, I'll take you guys on the whole, tour with me. So that's it. I'll see you guys later. Peace.